Alright, thanks for tuning back into Backyard Broadheads. Today's subject will be unboxing the Barnett Black Ops 390. Future videos will include mounting an Omega 3 sight onto this crossbow. I have my scale here because I've been messing around with arrows a lot lately. I made a few little weights out of washers for the front, and I've also been messing with some lighted nocks from Amazon. I just got these deep power lighted nocks, nice and inexpensive, link in the description below. And these just go on, they're half moon. The string activates them, and then you just pull this little switch on the side to shut them off, nice and simple. And then with the arrows that I got from AJ at AJ's Custom Arrows, of course I have the fire knock lighted nocks in there, and we'll be doing a video shooting these. The reason why I got these from him is because they are lighter than my Zombie Slayers and I wanted something faster, but these are still nice and stiff, these Reaper FOC arrows, so future video on that. The Barnett comes with 2 Headhunter bolts from Barnett, and I think they should really come with 3. I think all crossbows should come with 3 bolts, but anyway, I was shopping for additional arrows for this. I ended up getting the Killer Instinct Hyper Light arrows because they are stiff and they are 370 grains, so I was able to add weights to the front, and with my added lighted nocks in the back, I'm right at about 403 or 406 grains, but we will see these in a future video also. Hopefully we can get at least hunting accuracy out of these. And then for the Omega sight, I have, this is 3M. These are picture hangers. It's not Velcro, it's kind of like a plastic snap together thing. I bought this used and it had Velcro on it. I just wanted something a little bit more secure, so we're gonna have this on there. A little bit of connection problem between the external battery and the unit itself on this, but all I did was get a new USB cable and that was solved. Playing around with this thing, it seems really nice. I know that some people complain about the low light functionality of this, but we'll see how it is. Maybe we'll hunt with it just during the day. I don't know yet, but that'll be in the future. Let's get to unboxing the Barnett Black Ops 390. I also see this called XP 390, so I don't know if it's the same or not. On the ones in the store, somewhere around here on the side of the rail, it said Black Ops 390. On the picture on the box, it doesn't say that. I'm hoping that this one does say it when we open it up because it looks cool. Another reason why I went with the deep power lighted nocks is because I couldn't get the 10-point Omni nocks anymore. Those are discontinued. They have an alpha nock now. They have a deeper groove in those half moons, and that can potentially lift up the front of your arrow on a Barnett. And if it does that a different amount each time, it's going to kill your accuracy. So we're going to try these ones out. All right. Oh, I've been so busy making crossbow hangers that I've had this thing sitting around for a week or two. Haven't had time to open it. That's what happens when you start a business that is in the same category as your hobby. So I would have been better off starting a golfing business because I don't golf much, but I like my business. So I got this at Dunham's for $2.99. It was recently on sale for $2.79. Currently on sale for $2.99. So I'm sure after hunting season it might be on sale again. Just want to point this out real quick. Milwaukee Fastback, the one that has the screwdriver on the back. This thing's freaking awesome. Link in the description. All right. Oh man. Okay, it does say Black Ops on there, the way that I wanted it to. Printed on there. This is what I was looking for. I think that looks cool. It has the ball in the back. Personally, I've never had a problem with not having the ball, but we'll see if I like it. The scope's already on there. That's kind of cool. Definitely check and make sure that all the screws are tight. It has string stops. Don't know if that's good or bad, but we'll definitely be leaving those on there. Trigger Tech designed that trigger. Barnett makes it though. This piece in the back that is adjustable, there's not much play in those in the ones that I've handled from Barnett, so that's always cool. So let's get this thing out of the box. You know, no signs that this has ever been opened before and returned. Let's see, quiver bag with bracket. Looks the same as my XP370. It's never been opened. I like those quivers because they hold the arrows nice and snug. Got a little piece of foam there, a little spot where they needed it. Some more foam. Get rid of that foam. And that foam. Oh, 5-year warranty. I got to make sure I register this thing. More foam. Little, okay, there's a link on the side. Maybe that's for registering the warranty. Little QR code there, right there. I really like, I know these are made overseas, but I really like how Barnett makes their crossbows. Like, it does not look like something made overseas. You have your multiple Picatinny rails up there. Your adjustable buttstock. And there's not much play in that thing. It's never going to be an issue. You know, they know how to make a nice crossbow. On fire right now, that'll go on the safe when it's cocked back. That is on both sides. The brush is a great design. Definitely improvement over what they had before. I don't like these style of rings. This scope's coming off. The Omega 3 is going to be going on there. This grip has a lot of grip. It's plastic. It's not rubber, but it still has a lot of grip to it. This is adjustable. I've never seen this on a Barnett. So you have an adjustable cheek piece there. Looks like that should work fine. Looks like it's something you operate with your hand. Don't know if I'll leave that on there or not. I don't like the looks of it, but I like, you know, the functionality of it if you need it. Especially if you're putting, say, like a Burris on here or a Garmin. Let's see what else we got. We'll come back to that. All right, our 2 Headhunter bolts. There should be, I say, 3 bolts with all crossbows sold nowadays, but now these are pretty stiff, so you know, maybe that's a nice accurate arrow. And I will call it an arrow or a bolt. I don't really care. If these two don't shoot a lot like each other, I will be taking the vanes off. We will spine index this, so you know, we'll be finding the weak point and the strong point where this thing bends, and we will put new vanes on it and we'll shoot them again. These are nice and stiff though, so I mean, to me that's a cool arrow. Let's get the other one out of here. Of course, I get all my custom bolts from AJ's Custom Arrows. He is like really good at making arrows. Put these aside. His info is also at the bottom of all my videos. Here is the head unit. This thing feels rock solid. And I'm just going to come back to this in a minute and get this box out of the way. Foam, foam, foam. Silica beads, do not eat the beads. Nothing over there. Do not return to store, okay? Checklist was inspected. And over here, more stuff. There's our foot stirrup. And if you do need a bipod or hanger, multifunction bipod or hanger for your crossbow, you can go to my website, backyardbroadheads.com. I have a bunch of stuff on there. Also some Tacticam camera covers. Okay, this comes with a scope cover. That's nice. Cocking handle. That's nice because I did get a Barnett once, just the recurve. It didn't have the rope. So it comes with that. Owner's manual. Wax. There's my wrench for assembly. There's the screw for assembly. Putting the head unit onto the main body. get this out of the way. Pick up our knife. And let's go back to looking at the head unit because that's a little bit more interesting than the bag. Just says Black Ops 390 on there. This thing is rock solid. There's so much energy that's going to be in there when this thing is cocked back. It's kind of ridiculous. Tag saying that there is the trigger type trigger on there. We're going to open this up gently. Get this staple out of here. And I'll just save all this paperwork in the box. It's nice that Dunham's does sell these with the box. So if you do have a warranty problem, you have something to ship it back in. And let's get that off of there. Everything looks good with your Barnetts. You're going to want to keep an eye on, you might get some separation on your servings over here. I don't think it's actually an issue, just my opinion. These are waxed. I don't think there's going to be a slide for these cables to go in the stock. It seems like Barnett quit doing that several years back. And we'll just bring our stock back up here and we'll open this bag first. Just a Ziploc bag. Now this is new. I've never seen, it's got a nice little cover. It's got a little hole for probably the light knob. And I didn't check out the scope yet. There is your caulking rope. And what I do is you're going to want your hooks facing up so that if they're facing down, they can slide on top of the rail. You don't want that. Hooks facing up. So just figure out which handle needs to be in your right hand. Just mark that with an R or a piece of tape or something. Cleaning cloth, little Allen wrench probably for the scope. Small screws with Loctite on them with little spacers. And I guess those are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, those must be to hold on the foot stirrup. So here's your string wax. Don't put wax on your rail. Make sure you put lube on your rail because that wax can actually increase the friction on your rail. A couple more Allen wrenches and the main bolt to put this onto the stock. 2 field points. Attaching foot stirrup to your Crossbow. Instructions. And your owner's manual. Make sure you read this whole thing. So what you have here is you have this slot here. Your cables go down there. And you have your rail here. Your string sits on top of the rail and it squeezes this piece between the string and the cables. As far as top and bottom on this, this big groove here goes on top. The words should be legible. So I'm going to get this into the groove real easy. And then, as you're at this point, that it takes some pressure to get things straight. And okay, now we got to get around these string stops. And you can tell I did not read the directions, but I'm going to just try to get this on there. Okay. So if you wanted to make that easier, you could maybe take these off first, but anyway, it wasn't that bad. Okay, now with this on there, what I want to do is I kind of want to check what it takes to get this parallel with the front of your rail. And I think it's going to take some downward pressure. So let me check it here. Yes. So right here, there's a little gap. So to make your assembly easier, what you're going to want to do is set the buttstock on your leg and pull down on the bottom here. Let me show you. So I'm setting the Crossbow like this on my leg. So I'm going to pull down like this, and that will get the riser, this part here, to be parallel with the front of your stock. And then it's going to be way easier to put that screw in and know that it's going in straight and you're not stripping out the threads. Hand tighten using hex key wrench supplied. Check tightness after first 20 shots, then before each use. I find that what I do is I just check this before every season, but you should probably go with what the owner's manual says. So I'm just going to set this in there, and then I'm going to pull down on this, and this is where a second person would come in handy. See if I can do this with one person. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just watching that bolt spin right in freely. It's almost all the way down, okay? Now it's touching that lock washer now. So I spun that just with my fingers all the way down to where it's touching the lock washer, and that space is filled up. And I know without a doubt that those threads are not stripped. So that's an easy way to assemble your typical Barnett crossbow. So now this just has to be made tight. How tight? I don't know. Nice and snug, I guess. But you certainly don't want to strip it out. I'm assuming it's going into metal. I'm going to go with that. And whether or not you should Loctite that, I don't know. I would think that would be a good idea. But there we go. Crossbow assembled. The only thing left to do are 4 little screws that already have Loctite on them for your foot stirrup. I'm not going to bore you with that. So that's going to pretty much wrap this up. So looking at this, kind of have just a tiny little gap between my string stops and my string, so things are definitely in the right place. Oh, let's check out the scope. I do like crossbow scopes. I kind of collect them a little bit. It's not bad. It doesn't look like it's level. So we got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Actually nice and thick lines, which is something that you don't always get in a scope. So, I mean, that's not a bad scope. Maybe I will hang on to it. It does need leveled. I just put a metal scale, 6-inch metal scale in here. I make this just loose enough where it can just turn. You put that scale in there and you twist it. It pushes on the flat on the bottom of the scope, and it pushes on the flat between the Picatinny rails, and just one little twist and your scope's level. It's a great way to do it. So yeah, there it is, Barnett Black Ops 390. Let me know what you think. All right, that's everything for the unboxing. So subscribe if you want to see the other stuff I was talking about, like the Omega 3 getting put on here, shooting the Headhunter bolts out of here, shooting the Killer Instinct bolts out of this, checking the speed differences between my Zombie arrows on my Raven R29 and the Reaper FOC arrows on the Raven R29. And if you need any multifunction hangers or bipods for your crossbow, make sure you go to backyardbroadheads.com. Thanks for tuning in.